For years, car buyers have been trained to look at the wrong numbers: horsepower screens, range. But there's one number that almost no one talks about, and it might matter more than all of them combined. 38 seconds. That's how fast a Tesla Model Y rolls off the production line in Shanghai. And when a factory can build a vehicle every 38 seconds, while Toyota, Ford, Volkswagen, GM, Stellantis, and Honda typically sit between 50 and 90 seconds, it tells you something critical. So here's the real question. Does a faster production line actually mean fewer repairs 5 years from now, lower ownership costs when the warranty ends, less time stuck at a service center when you'd rather be driving? That's exactly what we're breaking down today. If you value straight, numbers-driven Tesla analysis like this, take 1 second and hit subscribe. Help us push past 25,321 subscribers and build a community that cares more about smart ownership than marketing buzzwords. And turn on the bell so you don't miss the next breakdown. Now let's go. Hidden feature number 1. How does cutting parts in Juniper directly reduce failures 5 years down the road? When most people hear that Tesla can roll a Model Y off the production line every 38 seconds at its Shanghai factory, they naturally think it's just about speed. Faster robots, faster workers, higher output. On the surface, it sounds like a pure production win, but in automotive manufacturing, speed is never just speed. It's usually the result of design, because you don't cut 20 or 30 seconds from a 1-minute assembly cycle simply by working harder. Assembly lines are constrained by physics and process. If a vehicle has too many parts, too many steps, and too many manual operations, the line cannot physically move faster without creating bottlenecks and quality issues. So when you see a number like 38 seconds, it tells you something deeper. The car itself must be easier to assemble. In simple terms, most of the industry is still building cars at about 1 vehicle per minute, sometimes slower. Tesla is doing it in 38 seconds. At 60 seconds per car, a line produces 60 vehicles per hour. At 38 seconds, it produces roughly 95 vehicles per hour. That's about 35 additional cars every hour from the same factory space. Over a full shift, that turns into hundreds of extra units. Over a year, it becomes hundreds of thousands. And here's the key point. You cannot achieve that level of throughput with a conventionally designed vehicle. If the car still uses hundreds of small stamped parts, dozens of brackets, long wiring harnesses, and multiple manual alignment steps, the line will slow down. Workers need time to position parts. Robots need time to weld. Humans need time to check tolerances. Every extra step adds seconds, and those seconds stack up fast. Eventually, the takt time settles back into that familiar 60 to 90 second range that most automakers live with. So if Tesla is consistently hitting 38 seconds, it means those steps had to be removed in the first place. Hidden feature number 2, how much electrical trouble disappears with shorter wiring and fewer connectors. Electrical systems, not engines or batteries, are statistically the most frequent source of long-term ownership problems. And this is exactly where Juniper's fast production architecture quietly changes the reliability math. A typical legacy SUV today carries between 3 and 5 kilometers of copper wiring, often weighing 50 to 70 kilograms, routed manually across the body through doors, pillars, undercarpets, and behind the dashboard, connected by 200 to 400 connectors and dozens of fuse and relay nodes. Every connector is a potential resistance point, corrosion point, or loose contact, which means every additional meter of wire directly increases the probability of intermittent faults. That's why electrical issues dominate aging vehicles, random sensor failures, phantom alerts, modules that work sometimes and fail sometimes, problems that don't show up consistently during diagnostics. Unlike mechanical parts, these faults are expensive not because of components but because of labor time. In the U.S. and Europe, tracing one electrical issue typically takes 2 to 4 hours at $150 to $200 per hour. meaning owners often spend $300 to $800 just to identify the problem before any repair begins. Over a 7 to 10-year ownership window, a few incidents like that can quietly cost more than a brake job or suspension replacement. Now connect this to Tesla's 38-second takt time. At that speed, traditional hand-routed spaghetti harness layouts simply aren't manufacturable. So Tesla is forced into a zonal electrical architecture where each section of the car has short local harnesses, fewer long cross-vehicle runs, fewer connectors, and more plug-and-play modules. Teardowns of recent Model Y builds already show Tesla cutting total wiring length by roughly 30 to 40% compared with conventional OEM designs. And next-gen platforms are targeting reductions closer to 50%. This is not just a cost or weight improvement. From a reliability standpoint, reducing wiring length by a third and cutting connector count proportionally removes hundreds of potential failure points. If a traditional car has 300 connectors and even a conservative 0.3% long-term failure probability per connector, the cumulative risk over time becomes meaningful. Have that connector count, and you effectively have the statistical chance of chasing intermittent electrical gremlins later in the vehicle's life. Fewer connectors mean fewer corrosion spots, fewer loose pins, fewer voltage drops, and fewer random check vehicle warnings that send owners back to the service center. Hidden feature number 3. What happens to repair costs when a 6-hour fix becomes a 2-hour module swap? Speed on a 38-second production line doesn't just change how fast Tesla builds the car. It fundamentally changes how the car must be structured. And that structural decision has a direct impact on repair time and ownership cost. At a takt time under 1 minute, Tesla cannot afford hundreds of small sub-assemblies installed piece by piece, because each additional step adds seconds, and seconds multiply into lost output across hundreds of thousands of vehicles per year. The only way to keep the line moving is to group components into larger pre-assembled modules that can be installed in one motion, which is exactly why Juniper continues Tesla's shift toward front-end modules, integrated HVAC blocks, seat assemblies, simplified interior carriers, and a structural battery pack that acts as part of the chassis instead of a separate component. From a manufacturing standpoint, this reduces assembly steps. From an ownership standpoint, it reduces repair time. And repair time is money. In traditional vehicles, many repairs are labor-heavy because technicians must disassemble multiple layers just to access a single failed part. Replacing an HVAC component, for example, can require removing half the dashboard, easily turning into 6 to 8 labor hours. Fixing front-end cooling or crash structure pieces may involve separating dozens of brackets, clips, and fasteners at typical shop rates of $120 to $180 per hour in the U.S. That's already $700 to over $1,400 in labor before counting parts. Insurance claims follow the same math the longer a car sits in the shop, the higher the total bill. Tesla's modular approach compresses that time. Instead of dismantling 20 small pieces, a technician swaps one large unit. A front module can be removed and replaced as a single assembly. A seat comes out as a complete block with wiring pre-integrated. Cooling and HVAC sections are grouped instead of scattered across the cabin. The structural pack eliminates separate crossmembers and mounting layers. In practice, this can cut certain jobs from 5 to 6 hours down to 2 to 3 hours simply because there are fewer disassembly steps. Even saving 2 labor hours per visit equals $300 to $400 less per repair, and across multiple service events over 8 to 10 years. That difference compounds into thousands of dollars. Hidden feature number 4. How can a 38-second line eliminate panel gaps, squeaks, and early defects? When people hear 38-second production line, they usually picture speed. But in manufacturing, speed at this level is impossible without extreme consistency. You simply cannot push a vehicle off the line every 38 seconds if quality depends on human variation. One misaligned panel, one loose fastener, or one wiring mistake would stop the entire flow. At nearly 95 cars per hour, even a small error rate quickly becomes catastrophic. That's why a line this fast forces Tesla to automate almost everything that affects fit, torque, and alignment. The only way to survive is to reduce defects before they happen, not after. Tesla relies heavily on automated torque tools, robotic welds, machine-guided alignment, and pre-calibrated modules. Every bolt is tightened to the same specification. Every panel is placed by the same programmed motion. Every casting comes out of the same mold instead of dozens of stamped pieces stacked with small tolerances. That eliminates what engineers call tolerance stack-up, where 5 or 10 slightly imperfect parts add up to visible misalignment. Legacy automakers still depend on more manual assembly in final stages. Humans are skilled, but humans vary. One shift may install a door slightly tighter, another slightly looser. Two vehicles built the same week can feel completely different after a year of driving. Because early life defects rarely show up as dramatic failures. They show up as the small, annoying stuff people complain about after 6 months. Uneven panel gaps, wind noise at highway speed, water leaks after heavy rain, interior squeaks over bumps, or doors that slowly drift out of alignment. None of these are catastrophic, but they create service visits, warranty claims, and frustration. Most owners don't need their car to feel handcrafted. They just need every single unit to be predictably solid. They don't want to gamble on whether they got a good one. They want to know that their car will behave like every other car on the road. That's why this hidden feature matters. Juniper may not advertise robotic torque control or automated alignment accuracy, but those invisible improvements reduce the odds of the small problems that send you back to the service center during the first year. Fewer squeaks, fewer leaks, fewer annoying fixes, less time scheduling appointments. So, would you trade flashy new features for fewer repairs and lower ownership costs? And do you think manufacturing efficiency is now Tesla's biggest advantage over legacy automakers? That's the end of today's episode. If you found this breakdown useful, hit like, subscribe to AutoGearshift, and turn on the bell. See you in the next one.